Lads, I never thought I could be hooked on a Formula 1 season like I did in 2021. Until now. 2024 season. Holy Lord. Sergio Perez, breaking news, is getting a new engineer. His engineer that he had for the last 6-7 months is now on paternity leave. He's spending time with his family, obviously, taking a break. But does this change anything? Now, guys, I've been saying for months and months and months that Sergio Perez is not getting the attention that Max Verstappen is getting. Period. A lot of people very, very annoyed with me. A lot of people, people agree with me. But still, guys, what is going on here at the Red Bull team? Will this new engineer change anything for the guy? Well, okay, let's look at the backstory first. We're in 2024 season. We've had the half break. There's 14 rounds gone, guys. Here we are at round 15 coming up this weekend in the Netherlands, the Zandvoort track, just down by the sea. So, Sergio Perez has not had a good year. We all know this. He had some pace at the start of the year, right? A couple of podiums and this and that. Right? Nothing spectacular, nothing breathtaking at all. And then all of a sudden, he was gone. Pace gone. Verstappen totally dominant. Now, if we go back a little bit more, we go back to the 2023 season, we had the same thing. It was like a copy and paste of 2023 over to 2024. Now, all of a sudden, one or two races in, at the last couple of races, he's shown a bit more pace. Now, I honestly reckon this is not going to change anything here with this new engineer, because like 2023 and 2024, the guy's not getting the attention that Max Verstappen's getting. As we know, Verstappen was insanely dominant in 2023. He started this year in 2024 insanely dominant, and now he's lost some pace. Or is it McLaren and the other teams have found pace? I think it's the other way around. I think it is the other teams have found pace. So what we could find here, guys, is McLaren's starting to dominate here for the rest of the year, unless now there's other upgrades. I mean, we're at a scenario here where we've got 4 different teams, McLaren, Mercedes, Ferrari, and Red Bull, all in with a shout to win races for the rest of the year. I don't see anybody but Norris and Verstappen going for the championship. I think everybody's way too far behind. But now let's look at Perez. Does Perez have a shout to win any of these races? Now, I definitely think you've got Verstappen. Yes, he's got a chance, of course. We've got Lando Norris. Yes. Piastri. Yes. Hamilton. Yes. And George Russell. Yes. Leclerc. Yes. And Carlos Sainz. Yes. Will Perez have it now? With the engineer he's got coming in, lads, it's not going to make a difference. And I'll tell you why. Because they still have to abide by rules. It's like having a manager in your bar or your restaurant or any company out there. They still have to do what the owner wants them to do, right? The owner tells you, look, guys, you got to do A, B, C, and you got to do X, Y, Z. You know, so in a way, the manager can be restricted. In this case, we've got the engineer. He can be restricted. And the bottom line, if he's not getting the attention and if he's not getting the engine speed or the quality of the new parts that should go on the car, well, there's not much the engineer can do, lads. There's just not. You'd need an Adrian Newey to come on board. Yes, Adrian Newey's an engineer, but he's also the top dog. He's the engineer of all engineers here in Formula 1 and aerodynamicist. You need a guy that has all the packages, and most importantly, you need the guy to have free reign to do what he wants. Christian Horner is a clever man, where he allows Adrian Newey to do whatever the hell he wants. Christian Horner knows enough that he's not going to interfere with the golden ticket here, the chocolate factory golden ticket, lads. All right? You don't mess with it. Don't interrupt the guy. Don't stop things. And it's going to be the same thing here for Christian Horner. Yes, he's not going to stop anything with Verstappen and Adrian Newey, but why hasn't Perez had the pace then? Is he really that slow? A lot of you have thought that. Do you really think he's lost the pace, lads? Do you really think that he went from 2023 where he won a few races, then a few podiums, and then all of a sudden, bang, his pace was gone, miraculously just wiped out, done. And then the same thing in 2024. He had the pace at the start of the year, and all of a sudden, boom, gone. Do you really think he just buckles under the pressure? And if you're talking about pressure, what type of pressure? Seriously, he's not up for a championship. He's not up for the greatest driver of all time here if he finishes in the top podium the next time. You know, and this brings us up for the rest of the year. We've got Netherlands this weekend. We've got, let me show you the list. We've got Italy, Azerbaijan, Singapore, United States, Mexico, Brazil, Vegas, and Qatar, and Abu Dhabi. So we've got how many? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 10 rounds to go, lads. I honestly don't think this engineer is going to make one bit of difference because Christian Horner, if he says, I want this guy slowed down, he will slow him down. If he wants him to have the attention, he will get the attention. There's a lot of politics behind closed doors, lads, that a lot of people don't know about motor racing. It is as simple as that. It will never change. It happens in karting. It happens in Formula Ford, all the way up to Formula One. It is impossible to tell what's going to happen for the next 10 races. If you had to be a betting man, you would think that they're going to give Perez the equipment to help Verstappen win the championship now. Now, he's got a nice, comfortable lead, but all of a sudden, all it takes is 2 races where he has 2 DNFs, lads, and it's game on. They've already had a DNF already at the start of the year. Lord knows what could happen next. I mean, what's the lesson that we take away here today? Just because you replace someone or just because someone's new coming in and refresh, does that mean that it's going to be different? Will it? Will Sergio Perez come back with a clean head and actually go faster? Or will the team give him the equipment? Is there a lot more politics to it than meets the eye? Let's see in Zandvoort this weekend. Lads, we'll be back in a few days. We'll be back on Friday of the race weekend with the preview. Talk to you then.
Walsh running the Irish green, and look at the move. He's making down to the inside.
Moves to the front with the 5th all the way to the lead in lap 1.
Walsh takes win number 2.
Peter. Walsh.